Shane van Gisbergen didn't just win a race at Sonoma Raceway, he flipped the script on NASCAR, and now the entire garage is holding its breath. Yes, he led 97 of 110 laps. Yes, he crossed the finish line first. But what's happening after the race is what really matters. This wasn't just a win. It was a psychological landslide. Drivers are rattled, teams are scrambling. And fans? They're watching the start of what could be a total shakeup of the Cup Series status quo. Let's walk it back. SVG rolled off in pole position in the number 88 Red Bull Chevrolet, a car that, on paper, wasn't the favorite. He's still considered new in the NASCAR field. He's still part-time. He's still learning ovals, but he drove like a veteran with a vendetta. Right off the green flag, SVG set the pace. Calm, clean, aggressive when necessary. By lap 10, it was obvious. If anyone wanted to win this thing, they weren't just racing each other. They were trying to catch a ghost up front. Through pit cycles, SVG didn't blink. While other teams opted for conventional wisdom, short runs, fresh tires, safe cautions, SVG and his team bet on strategy, racecraft, and raw feel. It wasn't reckless, it was surgical.
It's a road course runaway. Shane van Gisbergen dominates and wins Sonoma.
You are unbelievable, man. Awesome job, boys. Awesome job. What a run we're on.
The moment that lit the fuse came with 15 laps to go. A loose wheel from Cody Ware triggered a caution, and the field jumped. 13 drivers dove into pit lane for fresh tires, smelling blood.
So we saw him wiggling right there into turn 3, and the wheel nut goes away.
Yeah, we could highlight it.
Yep, as the wheel's trying to leave the vehicle.
So he's just on pit road at 92. This is
SVG, he stayed out on worn rubber, old tires. A risky call? Absolutely. But it turned into a masterstroke. From there, it was chaos behind him. Chase Elliott, now on fresh Goodyears, prepared for a late race surge. Briscoe, aggressive and fast, lined up to attack. But caution after caution reset the playing field. Gragson crashes, Stenhouse spins, restart, reset, again. And yet, every time the green flag flew, SVG was gone. He wasn't just holding the lead, he was commanding it. Blocking off lines, timing throttle inputs perfectly, managing tire wear like a scientist. His corner exits were consistently smoother than anyone on the track, even with older equipment. Briscoe came closest. He attacked from multiple angles, inside, outside, mid-corner. Nothing stuck. After the race, Briscoe didn't hide his frustration. "It felt like he was playing with me," he said. "Every time I'd close the gap, he'd find another gear. It wasn't about speed anymore. It was control." That's the theme here, control. SVG didn't just outrun the competition, he outthought them, he outlasted them, and worse, he made it look easy. Which brings us to Kyle Larson, the man most drivers in the field would consider among the best all-around talents in NASCAR today. He offered praise, but you could hear the worry behind his words. "SVG's road course stuff," Larson said. "It's way, way, way better than us." And then came the dagger. If he figures out ovals, let that hang for a second. Because SVG hasn't figured them out yet. He's still in the early stages of oval racing. And if this is what he's doing without that piece of the puzzle, what happens when he completes it? This isn't just about one win. This is about a paradigm shift. SVG's road course dominance is so complete, it's unsettling drivers who've been grinding their whole careers to win races. It's not that he's fast, it's how he's fast. Everything about his approach feels foreign to NASCAR's traditional playbook. He pits differently, he races restarts differently, he brakes deeper, carries more momentum through turns, and manipulates tire wear with F1-like precision. It's a style lifted straight out of the Australian Supercars playbook, a series known for brutal, high-skill racing. And now it's reshaping how NASCAR drivers think about their own limits. While SVG was composed up front, the rest of the race devolved into a demolition derby. Ryan Blaney was launched off course. Bubba Wallace tangled with Denny Hamlin. There were 3 separate on-track incidents in the final 20 laps. And then there was the pit lane eruption, a near brawl between crews from RFK Racing and Joe Gibbs Racing. Shouts were exchanged. Officials stepped in. You could feel the frustration boiling over. And none of it had anything to do with SVG directly, but all of it was connected to the pressure he created.
It's the 6 or the 17, and then there's words because it's RFK. It's basically a Gibbs-RFK disagreement.
His calm, his control, it forced everyone else to overreact. Now, let's talk about Red Bull. This was their first win in NASCAR as a primary sponsor since 2011. And it wasn't just a branding win, it was a show of force. You could see the fingerprints of F1 discipline on this operation. The engineering, the tire strategy, the car balance. Some teams are now wondering if Trackhouse, with Red Bull's tech-minded influence, is bringing something too advanced to the table. Not illegal, but perhaps unfair? Whispers have started. Teams are looking closer at data. SVG's braking technique is different. His throttle control is unique. And when you combine that with a near-flawless vehicle setup, suspicions start to form. No accusations have been made. But the question's in the air. Is Trackhouse innovating or exploiting? NASCAR, a sport built on parity, doesn't respond well when one car makes the others look ordinary. SVG didn't just win the race, he shattered expectations. And in doing so, he may have crossed an invisible line. Not a rules infraction, but a psychological one. Now, the sport faces a challenge. Let SVG keep doing what he's doing, or consider whether the current structure gives too much power to a team willing to think differently. SVG's next races will be under a microscope. His setups, his tire calls, his fuel windows, everything. And that's before he even gets comfortable on ovals. Imagine him mastering places like Bristol, Charlotte, Talladega, tracks where the chaos is higher, the risks sharper, and experience usually trumps experimentation. If SVG starts winning there too, game over. This is a driver who's not just fast, he's disruptive. He's not breaking the rules, but he's bending the sport's assumptions. And while fans are loving the drama, the rest of the garage is on edge. Because deep down, no one likes getting beat, especially not this way. This isn't just dominance, it's destabilization. It's as if a new character entered the story halfway through the movie, and suddenly everyone else looks like a background extra. And here's what's most fascinating. SVG isn't trash talking. He's not boasting. He's respectful, quiet, calculated, but his performance, loud as hell. To the fans, it's magic. To the drivers, it's a problem. To NASCAR, it might be a situation that needs watching or action. So, here we are. The season just changed. What comes next? Will NASCAR crack down? Will drivers catch up? Or will SVG keep rewriting what's possible? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this isn't just a rivalry. This is the start of a storm, and SVG's not slowing down.